want the same glitch as earlier. Oh gosh, let me just close the window. Yeah, that's better. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, so I need to know if I am being heard or I am not being heard. So as soon as you come in, please let me know if you can hear me. Now I've said that for 35 seconds, so let me just get to it. So the first thing I want to tell you is that you need to be yourself. You can't live a life of someone else. Neither can you live a life filled and riddled with fear. And the worst thing you can do is not accept or say to yourself, I am fearful. I am not doing what I was born to do. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We have thrown audacity away. One of the most important words in our vocabulary. We've thrown it out. We have said it doesn't matter. We can continue to be less. We can continue to be small. We can continue to be little. We can continue to not do what we were called to do. Why? You know why? Because many of us go to bed believing that we will live tomorrow, that we'll be alive in the morning, that our hearts will not stop beating during the night, that we will wake up and we'll have another chance at mediocrity. We will have another chance at being average. That's how many of us go to sleep. I know, because I did it for years. We put our hands to something and we barely do excellence. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. What kind of behavior is that? What kind of bad behavior is that? How does that help us? What does it do for us? And guess what? What's even worse and what's more insane is that we know the way we are behaving is not helping us, has not helped us, but we carry on. We carry on. Please, whosoever is on there, let me know if you can hear me, because this is my second time round and people are saying, no, this is not pre-recorded, this is live. This is live. People were saying they couldn't hear me. So please, this is live. Let me know if you can hear me. Cool. Okay. So the first thing you have to do is to agree with yourself. Oh, fantastic day on 106. Thank you. Agree with yourself that if you are living a life of mediocrity and average, you can't hear me. Oh, okay. Well, Dayon says we can hear you. If you are living a life of mediocrity and a life of average, call yourself up. Say it to yourself. That's one of the best things you can do. You don't need to wait for anybody else to say, oh, you know, the kind of life you're living. You know the kind of life you're living. You've been wanting to be wealthy and wanting to scale your business and wanting to make your business whatever you want it to be. You've been listening to the Tony Robbins and the Les Browns and the Myron Goldens and the Russell Brunsons. You've been listening to all kinds of people, Lisa Nichols, but you are still in the same place. And until you call a spade and stop calling it an agricultural implement, you are going to be in the same place. And do you know why you do that? Because you've been thinking the same way for all your life. You are afraid to step out of the boat and walk on water. You do not realize that you are made to walk on water. You are made not to walk on normal earth. You are made not to be average or mediocre. You are made to be great, period. You are made to utter a word and people are going to be jumping and, you know, screaming and all that. The channel is about how you think, how to think. How you think. That's what I teach. I'm not talking about mindset. It's not your mindset, because how is your mind set? Have you ever asked that question? How is your mind set? Your mind is set by the thoughts that you consistently entertain. And then even your brain science tells us that your brain, your reticular activating system, will give you what you constantly feed it. That's why AI can never overcome you. AI can never be more than you. Never, never, never. Thank you, Diane 106. Never. Because you are the thinker. You are the feeder. That's why it does not matter what AI does. As long as you remain dumb, your AI will be dumb. because everybody's feeding AI with who they are and what they are. So let me tell you something I heard Myron Golden say just now. He said there are 4 levels of learning and teaching. He said the lowest level is tactics. That's the what do I do? Tell me what to do and I'll do it. And there are many humans like that. I used to be like that till I found out that when they tell me what to do, sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. And if I do it, it doesn't work. So it's not in the tactics. He said the next level up is strategies. He says this is about the when and who to do it, when and why to do it. That's strategy. Okay, when do I do it and why am I doing it? I like to know the why. Why am I doing it? What will it do to my business? What will it do to my life? When I know that, does that mean I'm going to do it? No, it doesn't mean I'm going to do it, because many times I don't do it. Why? Because I am not sure. I don't know if it will work. And my thinking stinks at such times. The next level, Myron said, of 4 levels of teaching and learning, is the 3rd level high, is principles. And he says this is the how to do it and how it works. And that's why you must know principles. Don't live an empty life. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to make it work for you. Your life is in your hands. That's why people can take their life. That's why people can decide, I'm going to shoot myself, I'm going to kill. Why? Because they are responsible for their own lives. I am not responsible for your life. That's why some other people say, yeah, I'm going to, unalive somebody. You see, we make choices, decisions by ourselves. Quit pointing the finger. It was my father, it was my mother, it was the trauma that happened. Stop it. Ain't nobody coming to help you. Okay, when you point the finger, how does that help you? Does that make things better for you? You do not know how powerful you are. You do not know how amazing you are. Now let's go to the 5 levels of thinking. There are 20. I'm going to roll them out bit by bit. So I hope I get through all 5 today. But before I tell you about thinking at all, let me tell you the hinge on which thoughts hang. You know the hinge of a door. I've gone through many doors today in the house. I never once looked at the hinges the way I'm looking at them now. I never want to, are those hinges working? Does that mean the door will work? No. I approached the door, turned the handle, pulled it out or pushed it, pulled it in or pushed it out so that I could go through, so that I could pass. Those hinges are vital. They are vital, because if they need oiling and you don't oil them, they will not work, or they will make that really nasty sound, or the door will not swing, will not open easily, or even if it opens, to be difficult for you to go through it. You've got to be aware of the hinges. And let me tell you what the hinge of thinking is. I wrote it here. I said these laws of thinking are hinged on who you are, which is hinged on the consciousness you have of the knowledge of who you are, not who you will become. There are many people who say, become this. When you become that, that means you do not know that you already are. And when we tell you this, you say, no, I'm not yet a billionaire. That means I am not a billionaire. You are wrong. If you say you want to become, I will become when I become when. Many of us go to sleep expecting that we'll wake up in the morning, that we'll be okay. And we go to sleep expecting that we will carry on with our levels of mediocre living, our levels of average living, when greatness awaits us, has beckoned to us. You can't say greatness has never beckoned to you. You can't say that. You can't say that. Except you are a human without imagination. And you have imagination. I saw a video on LinkedIn today about a young man who, it took him 10 years to go through secondary school, a Nigerian man. Because in Nigeria, if you fail, you repeat the class. You keep staying because they want you to pass. And he struggled, but he didn't like school. He wanted to build cars, never done mechanical engineering, but he had these imaginations. He said he just had these imaginations. His father used to beat him, flog him. He said many times he would faint because his father would see him tinkling with things when he was young, and he said, what are you doing? You should go and read your books. You will never succeed in this. He did not listen to his dad. There are many of us who listen to the naysayers. And you know, we blame the naysayers for what they are saying. Then we also blame the naysayers for us listening to them. I mean, how can you blame somebody else for how you use your ears? Has anybody ever asked you that? How can you blame someone else for how you use your own ears? How can you blame anyone for you sitting still and listening, or for you going away from what they have said? You're in a totally different country, you've never met them again, and the next thing you do is keep thinking about what they said to you all those years ago. And you are blaming somebody for what you are remembering. You are blaming somebody for your own memories. You are blaming somebody for your own bad behavior. You can't blame somebody else. Oh no, actually, yes you can. But it is useless. It's aimless. It's baseless. Ain't nobody coming to help you. Nobody's coming to deliver you. You have been given everything you need to live a high life. But if you sit at it and you say, I don't get it, I don't get what this woman is saying, what is she saying? I have tried this, I have tried that, meditation, affirmation, name it, I've done it, it's still not working. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means you are not there yet. You do not get it yet. And I've been at this How to Think for almost 20 years. In 2028, it will be 20 years. And I'm just now getting some things. Almost 20 years, 2 decades, 10 plus almost 10. Come on. And then you listen to me and you think, well, I've done what she said, it's not working. Wake up. That guy has built a car and he's building an even better one. The person interviewing him said, you're building things that don't exist. He said, yeah, because that's how he uses his mind. But you get something, an idea that does not exist, and you sit on it. I've been sitting on mine for a long time. Sitting down on it. It's not going to work. I'm not sure about this. What will people say? People that have Einstein has said this. How can I change what Einstein said? That's me. How can I change what Einstein said? Who says you can't? Oh, they've proven it in academic papers. How can I change what these academicians have said? How can't you? There are people waiting for you, and you are sitting out there. I can't. It's not good. It might not work. Well, this is not me. Wake up. Get that word audacity back into your life. Do you know the story about audacity? It's in the Bible. It says this woman had a visitor. She didn't have food. So in the middle of the night, she went to knock on her neighbor's door. Knock, 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 knock. Wake up. I have a visitor and I don't have anything to feed them with. So give me some food so I can feed them. That was audacity. I have a visitor, not your visitor, and I don't have food. Then you give me your food, to feed my visitor. And the person there said, no, I'm asleep, man, my family. The Bible says with importunity, she kept knocking. I want food for my visitor. She had audacity. Another word for importunity, the way the Bible uses is audacity. Audacity doesn't care. Audacity is not counting what will people say if I write this. Do you know? No wonder Miles Monroe said the richest place on the face of the earth are cemeteries, because men and women died with their businesses, died with their ideas, died with their imaginations, and never carried it out. That will not be me. You better say that will not be you. And it's never too late. I was 62 only a few days ago, and I'm just coming around to this. Can you imagine? It's never too late. Listen, these laws of thinking are hinged on who you are, not who you will become. Because when you say, when I become, you are saying you are not. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's not hinged on who you will become, because you already are. As long as you are alive, you are here. You are here. You are a living, breathing, walking entity. You are okay. You are fine. You are not who you will become. Listen, you see, it's the people that don't get this that don't move forward. You've got to get this. You've got to believe it. You've got to be conscious of it. You've got to live like it. So you heard billionaires say you've got to be a billionaire before the billions get in your account. You've had people who meditate, people into metaphysics, imagination. What? They say you have to be that person before you own that thing. But we have lived our lives based on what we can see, while we look not at the things that can be seen. Why do you keep looking at what you see? It will be here today, gone tomorrow. Here at 2 o'clock, gone at 2:30. Why do you focus on what is temporary? Why? It's like sickness. You don't focus on it. You don't focus on the pain. There was a time in my life, all I did was focus on the pain. Or if I used to expect it, I used to expect pain. I used to expect sickness. I remember in those years when the weather changes in the UK and it becomes cold, I'm thinking about it, actively thinking, yep, I'm going to get a cold. My nose is going to be bunged up. Guys, guess what? I did get a cold. My nose was bunged up. Don't tell me it's because, I moved near somebody that had a cold. No, because I kept thinking about it and I kept hugging it to myself. I'm going to catch a cold. I'm going to be bunged up. I'm going to be sick. I'm going to run a temperature. I'm thinking all that. And I know some people will say, yeah, but that's what happens when the flu season. Who gave you that season? There are only 4 seasons: spring, summer, winter, autumn. Which one is the flu season? There is no season like that in my life. And so when people say, I have a cold, don't shake my hand. That's how I will shake anything, I will touch anything. It cannot affect me. Because that's how I think now. That's how I think now. So this is about how you think. These laws of thinking are hinged on who you are, not who you will become. Remember that. You are means presently this is who you are. Become means you are going somewhere. That become means, you don't have it yet, so you are going to get it. You are going to become it. That is a lie. Because as long as you are alive, you are. You are. Everything is based on the one who made you, who created you. You are. If he is, so are you. You can believe in the Big Bang, whatever you like. Me, I believe in God. An entity made me, and that entity is bigger and better and wider and wiser than me. So I'd rather listen to him. I'd rather read his wisdom and live according to it. I learned something about the Hebrews yesterday. What was the word I was researching? And Google tells me that the Hebrews, when they speak a word, they expect to experience it. When we speak a word, we start with unbelief. We start with doubt. We start with, how will this ever happen for me? No. The Hebrew people, they expect that which they have said they experience it, not that it will happen. They expect to experience it. That's a totally different way of thinking. Yeah, I remember it was it the word said or the word I was checking up in a particular verse. I have it written. It's not the usual logos or rema. It's davar. Yes, I remember. Dabar. Davar is the word davar. From Psalm 119 verse 89. The word davar. Your word is settled in heaven. The word davar translates to word, speech, matter, or thing as a noun, and to speak as a verb. In Genesis, the noun form specifically appears to describe divine messages, events, or the single language spoken by humanity before Babel. Then it says, Davar teaches that words are never just words. They are creative forces. Not just creative words, creative forces, binding promises, and actual events in motion. Can you imagine thinking like that? That once you have said, by the stripes of Jesus I was healed. That word is in motion. You are healed. Instantly you are experiencing it, because that is your consciousness. You are experiencing it. And you know, the Old Testament was reading in Hebrew. Then it says davar means a word is simultaneously an action. So no more quoting verses, writing affirmations without belief. No more, because it's simultaneously an action. The words you speak are simultaneously actions. That is how to think, and this is what you need to keep in your consciousness if you are going anywhere. Then I wrote, these are hinged on who you are, which is hinged on the consciousness of the knowledge of who you are, not who you will become. Listen, I was talking about the hinges when I did the first take and nobody could hear me. I was talking about the hinges of a door. I've gone through many doors in the house today. I never once looked at the hinges of the door. But if there is no hinge, there is no door, because the doors hang on hinges. But and if the hinges are there but they don't work well, they are probably broken, rusty, it makes the door difficult to open and difficult for you to pass through. If it's rusty, you've got to put oil, you might have to change it. But the hinges are so important, yet so invisible. That's how thoughts are. They are the most important but invisible. See, the highest level of learning and thinking, according to my learning and teaching, according to Myron Golden, is essence. There was one day many years ago, I just had this thing come upon me, and I became a personification of what I was teaching. I did not have to shout, I did not have to scream, I wasn't effusive. It was like I felt my being doing the teaching, meaning my essence was doing the teaching. Whoa. And that was the day I learned it is not what you know, it is who you are that teaches. It's not what you know, it is who you are, and you need to know who you are based on what you know. And you don't know it intellectually. You know it on the inside of you by sitting with it and chewing it. It's like saying, oh, I ate potatoes today, but what you did was you ate it and you spat it out, you ate it and you spat it out. You didn't allow your body to digest it, so it means nothing. And that's how people take in knowledge and they spit it out. They don't pay it attention. It's irrelevant. There's a good scripture in Hebrews chapter 5 verse 14. You need to go and look at it. He says, I could not tell you things, but you're still a baby. I think from verse 13, 12. He says that there are some things I want to teach you, but you're still a baby. You're still drinking milk. He said, for you to be teaching others, I have to teach you the things that you should be teaching others because you've known it. However, you are still drinking milk. Then he made the comparison to strong meat. He said, but strong meat are for those who by reason of use have exercised their senses to discern good and evil. By reason of use have exercised their senses. So by reason of use, exercise their senses. That word is gym. To go to the gym, to exercise your muscles. You don't sit at home or wherever, or you have weights, you don't use it and you say, why are my muscles not stronger? Why am I not a stronger person? It's like saying, why am I weak? Have you eaten? Have you given fuel to your body? By reason of use, exercise their senses to discern good and evil. That means good and evil cannot be discerned by people who have not exercised their senses. That's what it means. It also means that people who do not lift weights and who do not exercise, who do not go for walks, they cannot be stronger than those who go for walks and pick up heavy things easily. They have not exercised their body. I'm telling you, just believe these things. Just think on, in fact, don't believe them. Think on these things. Think on these things. Don't sit down here and continue to be average and continue to be mediocre and wake up in the morning and carry on with your mediocrity. Stop it. Aren't you fed up? Aren't you tired of this nonsense? And people talk about mindset. I talk about thought set. Have you ever wondered how your mind is set? Oh, it's the kind of mindset they have. How did they get that kind of mind? So I talk about thoughts because when you're talking about your mind that is set, you're talking about the fruits that have already grown on the tree. You're plucking them to eat them. You've gone way far. How did the fruits get there? On which branches did they grow? How did the branches grow? How did the leaves grow? How did we get to a point where it was time for that tree to fruit? We've got to start with the trunk, and then we go all the way down to the roots, because it's whatever the roots are absorbing that is sending through the trunk of the tree the sap, and is sending into the branches so the branches can grow, and so they can have leaves, and so those branches can have more branches, and then eventually we have fruits that you eat. If you want to eat good fruit, you've got to have good roots. So your root is your thinking. The principle is, for as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. I don't teach at tactical level. I don't think at strategy. I don't teach at strategy level. I think at principle level, and I want to continue to teach at essence level. And Myron Golden said something about himself. He said he does not lie. He does not cheat. He does not pull one wool across the eyes of people and say, oh, I can do this, I can do that, pay $250,000. And there is no need for that. There is no need. He says, so his principles are, I have nothing to hide, nothing to prove, and nothing to gain. What I say today is what I'll say tomorrow. Also, if I grow, I've grown between yesterday and today, and I've now realized that what I said yesterday, woo, there is something bigger. I will let you know. I said this yesterday, but this is the new thing I've learned today. Be open. It is mediocre to lack integrity. It is average to lack integrity. To say one thing and not mean it, and it's different from what you are saying. Stop it. Wake up. Snap out of it. And the beauty about what I do, teaching the fine art of how to think, is I can't think for you. I can't make you think. I can't. The thing with teaching tactics, the lowest level of teaching and learning, is that people want to be shown this is what to do. But many times they don't do it. I know, I was one of them. They don't do it. Or when they start, they go, I don't know how to do it. They're asking for tactics. Oh, what should I do? Hi, Janet Fisher. Oh, what should I do? Well, no. Don't ask for not how should I do, what I should do. Go and know the principle of what you do. Once you get principle, and you believe principle, and you live according to principle, it shall be so for you. So number one law, these 5 laws, there are 20 that I created. Number one law, thoughts or thinking take place in the heart and nowhere else. They don't take place in your head. Your brain responds to the thoughts of your heart, and not just your physical heart, the very core of you, what you believe, because you can't get to a point of belief until you have gone through the process of thought. So somebody says, oh, if you go to the top of a roof, if you jump from there, you will hit the ground. And somebody else says, no, it can't happen like that. I have to finish quickly because my battery is low. No, you can't do that. It doesn't just work like that. Yes, it does. But you will think about it and you will believe it, or disbelieve it. Like some people are listening to me now and disbelieving me and say it will never work. Or they're shaking. They're going, oh, she said I should do this. She said if I do this, it will work. She said if I do this, it will work. And they don't do it. I used to be part of the listen and not do gang. I just started a new group on WhatsApp. I called it Female Cash Businesses. And some people joined, and some people, 1 or 2 I added. I think in total we were 7, including myself. I put in one simple instruction. This is the first thing you need to do. Nobody responded for hours. Eventually, hi Ella, about 5 hours later, I wrote something like, look, I need a response by 9 p.m. One person responded. One. I said, okay. They think I'm playing. They think I just want to control another WhatsApp group because I don't have work to do, because it's just, and they know it's not going to be free. But hello, I don't care how much money you pay me. I don't have time for people who don't listen, learn, stay, and implement. I'm not interested. I know how nasty that is because I've been that woman in the past. So I said today, if by 12 noon you have not responded, I will remove you, because I understand you are busy. You don't have time for this group, and I totally get it. It's not a problem. When you have time for it, please come. But anybody in this group, they are going to do what they are told to do. 12 noon, I forgot it was 12:15. I just removed 3 people. But this morning, just a few minutes before 12, 2 people quickly replied, oh, I don't have this. And I did not give them any excuses. No, hey, get it done. Oh, I can't do this. But you've been small like that. You've been small like this your whole life. And you are still giving excuses like this. And I will not be a good person if I agree with you that, oh, this happened, that happened, you stopped this, oh, your dog died. Wake up! When will you wake up? Well, that's why people say billionaires, they are just they are full of themselves. They don't talk to. Why would they want to talk to you? You're not going anywhere in a hurry. You have excuses and reasons. Do you think they don't sweat to get to where they are going? I slept at 4 a.m. this morning. 4 a.m. this morning because I was doing what I usually don't do, and I'm training myself. I keep going till it's done. I keep going till it's done. Number 1, thoughts or thinking take place in the heart. What are you thinking? You subscribe. Thank you. What are you thinking? What are you constantly thinking? Why do you think your life is the way it is? Because as a man, that's the principle. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. If someone says you're a billionaire and you're thinking, well, it's not in my account, you are that person. I'm not a billionaire. You are that person. And I'm not going to be here feeling sorry for you. Oh, you can't think it. Hello. I'm not your brain. I can't make you think in your heart. So I'm not interested in your war stories. Listen, my name on LinkedIn is Kemi I Don't Care Oyeshola. It's true. I don't care about the tough times you've been through. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Don't you get it yet? Ain't nobody coming to save you. Don't you hear? You are sitting there thinking somebody's coming. They're not coming. They're not. I guess what? When they come, they'll leave. And even if they sleep in the same house, they're going to finish talking. They're not going to spend the rest of their life. When will you move? I keep talking for the next 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. They don't care. They don't care. Because they're too busy looking after themselves, not you. Because they know ain't nobody coming to save them either. So they've got to get up, snap out of their bad behavior, and make it happen. Thoughts or thinking take place in the heart and nowhere else. The core of you. And you are completely in charge of whatever thoughts you have. Whatever thoughts you entertain, you are completely in charge. Okay. Number 2, thoughts make you who you are. It's a principle. For as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Who do you want to be? Think that. I love that question every time I say that. Who do you want to be? Think that way. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Who do you see yourself as? Think that way. This life is not hard, honestly. It's not hard. Think that way. Okay. Oh, it says optimize. Number 3, law of thought. Thoughts have creative power. That is why the way you think makes you, because they create you. So the word of God says that you have divine nature. You have been blessed. You have been empowered to prosper. And you don't think that way. You just think, well, I'm poor, I'm bad, I'm sad, I don't have anything, I'm black, I'm weak. Let's snap out of this. Stop it. Number 4, thinking is in your control. I said that earlier. Thinking is in your control. No one can control what you think. You decide. They can come and say to you, Kemi, this is what you need to think. And you can decide, I am not thinking that. Do you know it is better to be the only one who believes what you believe than to be with the crowd and all of you go in the wrong direction? It's better for you to believe, what you want to believe, and then find out later that, oh, I was wrong, then course correct, rather than just following the noise. Stop following the noise. And the last law of thought, no one can think for you. I've said that a few times. No one can think for you. No one can think for you. So stop expecting it. I am done. I hope you can't hear my alarm in the background. The Lord is with you. Stay strong. Thank you for joining me.